This is ILTV on the Hour, bringing you the biggest stories from Israel and the Middle East in just 5 minutes. I'm Lidar Lazi, and today is day 685 of the war in Gaza. Let's get into all the top headlines at this hour. The first stage of the IDF Gaza City assault is underway. The army has begun the process of encircling Gaza City in preparation to the major offensive, with tens of thousands of reservists called up to take part in the maneuvers. IDF spokesman Brigadier General Efi Deflin said that Hamas is a battered and bruised guerrilla force and not the organized military force that it was until Operation Gideon's Chariots. The army is moving forward after the Prime Minister ordered a reduction in the timeline for taking control of Hamas strongholds and carrying out and completing the operation.
בהתאם להנחיית הדרג המדיני ולאחר אישור התוכניות על ידי הרמטכ"ל, צה"ל החל בשלב הבא במערכה, שלב ב' במבצע מרכבות גדעון. אנחנו לא מחכים. התחלנו את הפעולות המקדימות והשלבים הראשוניים במתקפה על העיר עזה. וכבר עכשיו, כוחות צה"ל אוחזים בפאתי העיר עזה. אנחנו נעמיק את הפגיעה בחמאס בעיר עזה, מעוז טרור שלטוני וצבאי של ארגון הטרור. נעמיק את הפגיעה בתשתיות הטרור מעל ומתחת לקרקע וננתק את תלות האוכלוסייה בחמאס.
And as the first stage of the operation is underway, Israel is facing decision time. Enter a ceasefire deal with Hamas or continue expanding operations in Gaza. As such, at this time, Israel has decided not to send a negotiation team to the hostage for ceasefire talks in Doha, Qatar. Israel has yet to respond to the Hamas acceptance of the ceasefire proposal, and in the meantime plans to move forward with the IDF operation to capture Gaza City. Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defense Minister Katz are expected to approve the IDF plans. It's been reported that Minister of Strategic Affairs Ron Dermer met in France with leading Qatari officials to discuss the Hamas hostage deal response. The discussions are taking place against the backdrop of a Hamas proposal backed by mediators Egypt and Qatar for a partial deal that would include the release of 10 living hostages and a 60-day ceasefire. And in his comment to the Trigonometry podcast, Prime Minister Netanyahu explained why the war must go on.
Essentially, what Israel will be trapped in is a forever war. What do you say to that argument?
I think the forever war is the opposite. I think if we leave them there and they're committed to our destruction, then you'll have a forever war. But what is happening on the ground is actually the opposite. What is happening on the ground is we now have Gazans who are fighting Hamas because they see now in the closing phase of this war, after we had to go through these 7 fronts against all the proxies and Iran itself, and now we're circling back to finish off Hamas and demolish its last stronghold in Gaza. They see hope. They say, don't let up. Gazans, they kill Hamas. They fight Hamas. They die fighting them. And they're saying, this is our final hope to free ourselves from this tyranny.
And in other news, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio for his decision to impose sanctions on 2 judges and 2 prosecutors at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. In a statement issued last night, Netanyahu said this is a firm measure against the mendacious smear campaign against the State of Israel and the IDF, and for truth and justice. Rubio yesterday announced the sanctions against 4 additional ICC officials. Judge Nicolas Yan-Guillou of France for signing off last November on arrest warrants for Netanyahu, and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for alleged crimes committed in Gaza, along with Deputy Prosecutor Nazat Shamin Khan of Fiji and Deputy Prosecutor Maimandia Niang of Senegal, for upholding those warrants. The 4th judge from Canada was also sanctioned for her ruling relating to investigations of U.S. personnel in Afghanistan. And those are the latest updates at this hour. Join us every hour on The Hour for more news out of Israel. I'm Lidar Lazi. Thanks for watching.